The centre of town, beneath a blue sky that casts its reflection on the waters below. Delft holds its pleasures somewhere over that bridge, but my eyes keep returning to him. In those early days, I didn't care why the man was sitting by a table or about his instruments, the polished lute, the viola with its deep curlicues. Maybe he had made them, or was just trying to sell them, possibly both. I only cared about his darkly handsome presence, head tilted, absorbed, the timeless outsider. He looked as if he might be about to remove a fleck of tobacco with practised elegance from his lips. We smoked roll-ups back then. His preoccupation was magnetic, contemporary, the pose of thought so subtle and familiar as he waits for someone to come, for something to happen, for life to catch a light. This painting became a kind of staging post for me on a specific journey across London. I used to walk down Charing Cross Road, from the publishing house where I worked, slip through the side entrance of the National Gallery to see the art, and then catch the tube to meet someone with whom I was having an almost comically doomed affair. The Dutchman gave me luck, or perhaps it was courage. For pictures can shore you up, remind you who you are and what you stand for. The relationship we have with them is so singular and unique that nobody can gainsay our experience. What you see is what you see, yours alone and always true to you, no matter what anyone else contends. Once I remember repeating the route on my return and glimpsing the picture twice in one day, just to cancel out the in-between time of misunderstanding and impasse. Later on, in a new job in Soho, I would zigzag through Chinatown and into the back door of the museum to look at the art at lunchtime. I even saw a view of Delft late on a winter's night, slipping in with a painter who had visiting rights after hours. How can it be that I did not know how he got them? Did I never ask? Such mysteries we leave undisturbed, like a perfect meniscus, when young. The more tortuous the relationship, the more I preferred the Dutchman. Sometimes I walked past quite fast, rapid sideways glance just to check that he was still there among the 17th century paintings. It always felt as if he might vanish if too clumsily approached. It seems to me now that this is in the nature of Fabritius's image, which has the transient appearance of a mirage. And what if it was not there one day? What would that mean? It's possible to be superstitious about pictures. People have raised them like standards in battle, prayed to them, attacked them, carried them about like talismans. We make pilgrimages to see them and are disturbed to find that they're not where they're meant to be, but hanging in some other museum, on loan abroad, or just inexplicably gone. Paintings are reliable. They're not supposed to let us down. They absorb all our looking and our feelings without ever changing, unlike living beings. I myself was faithless, volatile and confused. I was not in love, no matter how much I wanted to be, but I could not understand why nor explain myself to the man I was seeing. But this painted figure, who could hear nothing, was not looking my way and clearly didn't even exist, appeared to understand everything with the magical power of images. I suppose he was literally the man of my dreams. Of course I did not go to the National Gallery just to see a view of Delft. There were other paintings, other people, other lives. But there is an analogy between art and music. You listen obsessively to a single track, torn-hearted, and then perhaps much later to the song before and the one after, and eventually return to the wild blue universe of other artists altogether. But that first song still has its irreducible significance, its time-stopping potency, and so does this painting for me. It speaks of solitude in the city, of hoping for life to begin, of waiting on the dark side of the street. despite its exquisite depiction of Delft.